Red's Fly Shop, this is Bob. How may I help you today?
Look at that. Woo! Good morning, it's day 6. I'm starting to run on fumes. I love fishing, but man, we've been fishing 6 days hard. We're at the Estancia today, so we just had like, you can't quite see the ranch house or the Estancia house lodged back in the distance, but we were driving up just through the ranch here, just came through that gate, and I spotted a fish. I thought I was seeing things, but I spotted a fish right there that literally has and had its back out of the water, just finning and feeding in that tiny little piece of water up there. So Dave and Ronaldo are just stalking through the slough right there, and they're just watching that fish and gonna go up and make one very calculated shot, but it's a very large trout. So we'll check back in. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's insane. Ronaldo just snuck up on that big pig and netted it right there. Wow. Dave, that was awesome. Congratulations, man. That was so cool to watch. Great job, you guys. Sight casting to that brownie. What fly did it eat?
Yeah, a little beetle.
Beetle, small beetle.
All right, beautiful, man. That was outstanding. Cool. Yeah. All right, let's let him swim.
Listen.
Oh. Well, that was a hell of a start to the morning. Cruising up. Truck's right back there, cruising up. See one laid up at the Spring Creek from the rig. Dave goes out there, makes half dozen casts and pins it, and Ronaldo sneaks up on it with the net and the weeds and just ambushes it, because these fish can be very hard to land in those weeds like that, and just to get it landed was pretty outstanding. Oh, they see another big one. Right up here. Here I am vlogging, and they've got another trout, big trout spotted up here. Oh no!
Couldn't see the fly.
Yeah, in the next to the grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Farther.
Yeah, come here. This one. Slow. It's good.
That was so close. Oh my gosh, that was a big fish. Action.
Okay, I see the big trout for you. Veo una trucha grande para Joe. Here, there.
That means I see the big trout. You'll pay a trucha grande?
Yes.
All right.
Veo trucha grande.
All right, I'm learning little by little. Thanks to my
I see
master
the
guide
rice.
and my Spanish teachers.
Hi.
Needle. All right, so we've got one picked out here that's feeding in just that tiny little opening over there. Ronaldo's got a plan for us, so we're gonna set up on this and try to make one perfect shot, because there's not really any mulligans in this. So see what happens. All right, here we go. We're gonna take a few shots, and go ahead and come up here, Juanito, and come up here close. Basically, we haven't seen the fish feed. Make sure you hear me. We haven't seen the fish feed in a few minutes, but basically I've just got to search around in a few of these little gaps in the weeds. And what we're looking for is about a 24-inch brown trout right here. So I'm just gonna start with a real soft landing. I've got a mayfly that's just gonna get kind of blown around in the wind, and I'm just gonna basically check all these individual openings. And I'm gonna go really slow. I'm gonna go really slow And that way I give the fish an opportunity to show me where it's at again, because they move in and throughout a lot of the weeds that are in here. So we won't record the whole thing. It just takes too long to get one of these fish. We'd have to record all day for just a few fish to get picked up. But we're basically just gonna check all those little gaps and all those little holes you can see in the weeds there. So wish us luck. So we didn't get the fish that we stopped at in sight cast 2. We ended up seeing a nice fish there and tried several different flies and just couldn't get it to eat. And now we're kind of staked out up on this pool. The fishing's been very challenging. You can't just rampage up here and just start blasting casts everywhere, because you're gonna blow fish out. So we're just kind of on stakeout with this pool. We made some incisions with a smaller fly, and now we've switched to a slightly larger fly. And we're gonna make a series of casts, just checking all these shady spots along the cut bank. So we're kind of on a stakeout right now. And just every little bit I'll throw a fresh cast and just check each little shady spot. But sometimes you gotta wait for these fish to just kind of move or circulate a little bit. I mean, there's just great big 5-pound brown trout in here, and they're very stealthy in the way they move around. So I'm just checking these spots, and then we'll move up and check a few more. So hopefully next time we check back in, we get a nice brown trout on the line.
Yeah.
I got one on that plate.
Again, in the cast more soft.
Okay. They like it. The other ones. Okay, cast a little bit more soft. Decent fish. There we go. Decent fish. Oh my gosh, he's got it in the net already. Okay, that was not the 5-pound brown we were hoping for, but it was a worthy catch. Yeah, let's get in here, we'll check it out. That was that worked. We were just on the stakeout. We were on the stakeout just waiting and waiting, and finally we switched flies. Oh, he got away. Hey, that's okay. That's okay. We ended up switching flies. Not a great big one, maybe 15 inches. But yeah, that was fun. I mean, it's like fishing you don't normally get to do. We're kind of posted up, almost like tree stand hunting a little bit, and just making a blind cast, waiting a little bit, making a blind cast. You can't afford to be sloppy, and I think that's part of what intrigues me about this fishing a lot. It's very different than like fishing fast waters in the western US. It's just very different. It's much higher stakes. So I enjoy doing a day or two of this kind of fishing mixed in with, you know, just some of the swift water fishing as well. But yeah, we're just gonna keep stocking up and seeing if we can't get another one. All right, it took a while. The fishing's been pretty tough, I'll be honest with you. We'll get one quick look before we send them away. The fishing's been pretty tough, so we just stopped the video camera. It's been pretty slow, but it's all worth it now. This is like trophy trout fishing, like a blue heron, just super slow and methodical and patiently working your way upstream. That was worth it. It was worth all the frustration of snagging in the grass. And not a lot of strikes, as I've had 3 takes today, and it's 12 o'clock. So you have to be willing to be very patient for this type of fishing. So I'm sure you can hear how windy it is, but we're in this creek that's kind of a trench, and there will be lots of weed patches and little holes. But on that fish, I was basically standing up on the bank over there and just throwing very short casts with most of my fly line on the grass and just a little bit of leader. And the fish was kind of like right under me. And you have to like stand on your toes sometimes and stand up in order to see your fly if you're gonna fish the near bank. And the near bank, you know, the fish was right in there where Juanito is. And the near bank is often better because they can't see you as well. You just kind of poke your head up, and it's almost like a putt in golf. It's very, very short, but it's very important that you do it right and you don't just, you know, continue throwing nothing but long casts. That was very rewarding. I'm sure you can tell how stoked I am right now to finally connect with one after all that fishing that we've done. I mean, we fished at least a mile of creek so far. That was pretty rad. So after I caught that really nice fish, probably the last thing that was on the video, we decided to head back to the Estancia for lunch. We're being quite civilized about this today. All right, here we go again, heading back out for the rest of the day. We get the local photographer, Juanito, master guide, maestro, Ronaldo, look at the ink Ronaldo's got. Let's see that. Look at that ink on the arm. This guy is a fishing fanatical.
Fanatical fly fish.
Fanatical fly fisherman. So anyway, we're heading back out for the rest of the day. Dave is gonna take a siesta. I gotta admit, I was pretty tempted too, especially after a big lunch. But it's day 6. We're gonna go keep pecking away at it and see if we can't turn a few more fish this afternoon. We're driving up in kind of the headwaters of the local spring creek at the Estancia, and it gets just smaller and smaller up there. But in those big deep tanks, there are very, very large fish, just not nearly as many as in the lower reaches. So we've got my 6-weight R8 Sage out there on the hood, all rigged up, and we're going to continue fishing cacaras, beetles,
small beetles,
cacaras,
caqueros.
I'm trying, little by little. Caqueros.
Yeah, good.
Okay. Caqueros.
Yeah.
The dung beetle, or the shit beetle, as some will say it. Caqueros. There we go. So, all right, we're fishing little dung beetles on the Spring Creek, which are much different than the big Cantaria beetles that we were fishing in another region earlier in the week. Now that we're closer, we're up essentially in the high arid pampas near Argentina, and there's just this habitat is not the big bamboo rainforest like we were fishing down closer to Coyhaique. So we have just the much smaller beetles here in this region. So that's what we're primarily fishing with, are these small caqueros, these little dung beetles here on the Spring Creek today. So we're gonna go get out there, see if we can't find a few more of those really big trophy fish. When you come on this trip, this is you're not gonna spend numerous days in a row doing what I'm doing today, most likely. This is much more of a smaller catch count for quantity, but bigger on the trophy end of things. Do it every day if you want, I don't care. But there are places in the area, certainly you could catch far more numbers of fish if you'd like, but there aren't a lot of places you're gonna catch bigger fish than you are here at the local watering hole. All right, so we're stocking up here. There's a great big one laying right in the middle, right in there. We just sight cast to another one, and I made a really good cast, and it literally just didn't spook from my cast. It literally just saw the larger beetle and just spooked. So we're gonna reset. We're gonna take a minute and put much lighter line on. We're gonna go down to 4X and put on just a really itty bitty teeny tiny beetle and see if we can't fool this one. It's a really good trout, and it's laying in a good position, just kind of center trough in that narrow spot right there. So pretty good opportunity here. We're gonna see if we can lighten up, downsize on the fly, and get this fish to eat. But we're gonna stay way back here and make a pretty long cast up to it. Okay, there's a nice fish right there.
In the spot pan?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice, got him.
Decent fish.
There we go. Oh, he's getting the weeds. That was awesome. Oh. Yeah, he got so in the weeds. Oh, we don't got him quite yet. Nice job.
Well done.
Whew. Worked for that one. Finally, I was able to spot one. We went down to a tiny beetle, like a number 16. We'll show you the fly in a second. And 4X tippet, which I tell you, let's take a look at that fish. Let's see that. Yeah, not a bad trout. We'll take a look. Yeah, beautiful. Woo. and a tiny beetle. Let's see that. I mean, that's a number 16. I'll link all the flies that I fish in the video description so you can see the flies. I mean, the hook gape on that thing is tiny, tiny, tiny. And using 4X in this environment, and hopefully you can see where the fish was laying on the video, but I mean, they're like up against the sides of the bank, so 4X is fairly unforgiving. I've been fortunate I haven't lost any flies yet, but I'm about to. I've snagged up quite a bit doing this in the wind, so yeah, we're just gonna keep trucking upstream and fishing this narrow channel up here. The creek is getting skinnier and skinnier and skinnier as we fish up toward the headwaters. Here we go. Another one.
Yeah.
Nice. Kept this one out of the weeds. Hey, all right. Got another one on that little tiny beetle. Not the great big 5-pounder I'm hoping for, but yeah, nice solid trout. We'll take it. Gigante, trucha. Gigante. Oh my God. There is a huge fish up here. 24 inches, maybe, you know, at least, maybe more, maybe 26 inches. Yeah, huge. So we're gonna just chill for just a sec. Ah, what the hell? Let's go throw one cast at it. Let's throw one with the beetle. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I threw several casts over them. Really good shots too. At one point, my tippet was caught in the grass and my fly was just sitting there, like this little tiny beetle was just sitting there kind of like hanging right near the trout. The good news is I haven't snagged up and I haven't spooked him yet, so we still have a chance. But yeah, this fish is like that long. I mean, it's laying up there in like 10 to 12 inches of water. So we're gonna, Ronaldo's got another idea on fly pattern here. And we're gonna run another couple of shots over him and see what happens.
Está gigante, se parece. Qué grande.
Mayfly?
Yeah. Small beetle.
Small beetle. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, there we go. Pretty short fight. Ronaldo doesn't mess around, man. He's a killer. He's a killer. Look at the size of this stream that we're in. Look at this. Look at that. That's where that fish came out of. Is that pocket? Oh my gosh. Look how deep this is. Look how deep this is right here. That fish was in that tiny little spot right there.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Good job, Ronaldo.
Good job for you.
Yeah, well, we had seen a big one up above and we thought, hey, let's just try this little tiny slot right there on our way up. Yeah, here's that beetle, big beetle. Ronaldo, that's a beetle I brought. It's my favorite fly in all of Patagonia. Ronaldo?
Yeah?
No gusto.
I don't like your fly.
Yeah, look at that. Nice one, dude. That's awesome, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Dude, way to go.
Fish.
Yeah, that was fun. Just a little putt cast again, like my fly was there, and then like 12 to 18 inches a leader on the water. The rest of my line just kind of laying over this grass like so. This is like jiu-jitsu, close quarters, combat, guerrilla warfare fly fishing. It's very tight quarters. A lot of fun. Can't help but get a sweet release shot of this fish. These are really, really cool fish. And it's crazy. You'll see them once in a while and you'll sight cast to them, but you spook them and boom, they're gone. They disappear. These undercuts on both sides hide so many fish in here, it's unbelievable. We're gonna go try for the one that we originally saw feeding up here. And we're kind of in the headwaters of El Zorro Spring Creek. Definitely kind of some double black diamond fishing. If you love dry fly fishing, you would love this spot and this challenge. Yeah. Okay, so there's a big one working around up in this pool right here. And I've been kind of waiting, been standing here about 10 minutes, just kind of waiting to see a pattern or if it's holding one spot, but it's moving around quite a bit. And with this side wind, I'm just gonna take a shot kind of right in the middle of the pool. And when you do that, you gotta make sure and get your rod real low immediately so that the wind doesn't just drag the fly off out of the pool into the sides. So I'm just gonna try to finish my cast with a low rod. Oh, there he is right there. Oh, dude, I think I spooked him. Dang it.
Don't worry.
Let's try one more before we move up. There he is. Oh, God, just missed him. Dude, that little tiny beetle has been very effective today, but that hook gape is so small. I mean, it says it's a 16, but I swear the hook gape is like an 18. Those trout are very hard to hook on that beetle, but they like it. So it's like, love it, I hate it. Oh, God, that was a good one. All right, we're gonna chill here. We're gonna wait a couple minutes and we're trying again with a different fly. That was great. So classic, just twitched it right off the edge of the grass. Nice job, Ronaldo. And not a great big one, but nice one. But yeah, there's a, he'll just hook it. You can release that one, Ronaldo. But when you hit that grass on the other side, like the other bank, and it's just laying in the grass, don't just yank it out of there. Nice. Put your rod tip down low and just gently pull it without any bend in the rod tip, and the fly is much more likely to walk directly into the water. And a lot of times you can actually flex that blade of grass down so the blade of grass is laying in the water and then your fly slides off of it. If you try to pull it out of the grass with your rod bent at all, the fly is just gonna spring back and make a mess of things. So yeah, just rod tip down and then just pull it out with your line hand and try to walk that fly right down the blade of grass so that fly just kind of skitters in. That's what happened there. Wound up paying off. Yeah! Finally! Yeah! Woo! Give me some, brother. That was awesome. Woo! Yeah, dude. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That was freaking awesome. Yeah, big beetle, big, yeah, nice male brown trout. Look at the size of this creek. Look at this. My arms, arm width. Yo, arm width. Look at that on that beetle dry fly on that tiny spring creek. Look at that, buddy. Oh man. Yeah. Here he goes. Look at that. Oh yeah. Woo! Thing just douched me coming out of there. That was absolutely awesome. Boys, you said you wanted one 25 inches. That was pretty close to 25 inches. That's it. We're wrapping up day 6. All done. That was everything you hoped it could be here at the Estancia. Anybody who loves dry fly fishing, you have the opportunity to land the brown trout of your life on a tiny spring creek like this. There is like nothing better. That was absolutely epic.